Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Discuss the current issues facing the Khalsa Panth and in UK, and the political and the religious issues we are facing, and the repercussions of people completely going against the concept of the Guru Panth. I'd like to start this discussion because the current issue which comes over again and again within UK certainly is about the trashing of the Panthic Rehit Maryada, especially when it comes to non-Sikhs using the Gurdwara as a stage for converting Sikh girls within the Gurdwara, and the management or the so-called leaders of our community and the left-leaning so-called self-proclaimed defenders of Sikh faith allowing it to happen, or let alone promoting it to happen. Now, one of the biggest ideas which has been thrown out is that somehow the Akal Takht and the Panthic Rehit Maryada is not valid. Somehow it was the idea that what they are talking about is the idea that the Panthic Rehit Maryada is somehow man-made, and it wasn't the word of God, so God did not write it on the stone and send it on a flying pig from heaven to earth. First and foremost, Guru Nanak, from day one, Guru Nanak never either claimed to be a prophet or anything of that sort, coming on a flying pig, entering the earth and being given to Guru Nanak ever happened. Guru Nanak preached an ideology which is referred to as Turki Bani, which could be referred to in many ways, but that's a separate debate for a separate day. But the idea of somehow the word of God being the Panth, and it's not a word of God and this, that, the other, that does not fit in with the Sikh faith at all, because Sikhism is based on the concept of the Panth. What is the Panth? Sikhism doesn't agree with prophethood. We don't believe in prophets. We don't believe in demigods. What we believe is in the concept of the Panth. Guru Nanak took the authority of a prophet, of a so-called, what you can call a middleman, and gave it to the congregation. Guru Nanak was the first leader of a spiritual ideology to sit within in his own congregation, with the congregation, instead of ruling or being above the congregation. That is the beginning and the core principle of the Sikh idea of the Panth. And then Guru Gobind Singh cements that idea and turns it into an institution, which we call the Khalsa Panth. Most importantly, Guru Khalsa Panth. Guru Gobind Singh gave Guru Gaddi to the Panth, and the concept of Guru Panth was born. What that means? Now, Guru Gobind Singh as a as the leader of the spiritual movement or the Panth took Amrit from the Panch Pyare, or the Panth, if you. And that, what that means is the idea that the institution of prophethood was transferred to the Panth. Panth is at the absolute authority. The decision of the Panth is the decision of the Guru. This is one thing must be understood. That is the concept of Panth Guru. The idea behind the Akal Takht was, again, Guru Nanak's idea of sitting within the congregation, and Gurmat is spasht on that the only true path to wisdom is through sharing of ideas and reaching a consensus. Jab is jag mein rahiye Nanak, kuch kahiye, kuch suniye Nanak. Sharing of ideas to reach a consensus is a true path to wisdom, according to Sikh ideology, Guru Granth Sahib. On that basis, Guru Khalsa Panth is established, the political religious theology of the Sikh nation. And what the Akal Takht's Rehit Maryada, or what we refer to as the Panthic Rehit Maryada. Panthic Rehit Maryada is the constitution of the Panth, which the entire Panth unanimously agreed. And those people who claim X, Y, and Z about it's not being this, that, the other, Guru Gobind Singh made it absolutely clear that the hukum of the Panth is the hukum of the Guru. Questioning of the Panth is questioning Gurmat itself. So the concept of Guru Panth must be understood, because this is a unique political religious point of view which wasn't there beforehand. Beforehand you had this concept of either a demigod, a god, or a prophet, and the congregation was there to serve them. But Guru Nanak challenged that point completely. He introduced a new point of the Panth, and the Panth itself is in charge. Panth is absolute. Panth is the Guru. And the Panthic Rehit Maryada is the constitution on which we conduct our institutions. Those institutions which do not follow the Panthic Rehit Maryada are not Sikh institutions. As far as this current issue is concerned about Havelock, now the constitution of Havelock itself, the Havelock Gurdwara, it says that they are committed, they have given a legal commitment to the Panthic Rehit Maryada in their constitution. Now they are going back on their own commitment when they are unwilling to obey the Panthic Rehit Maryada. Now the biggest issue we are facing within our community is that we have these left-leaning so-called leaders of our community trying to forcefully implement their multiculturalism and their neo-fascist Hindutva point of view onto the community. And that point of view they are trying to put through throughout their own kind of neoliberal multiculturalist nonsense. Every other religious institution in UK, from Church of England to all the mosques or anywhere else, you will not have an apostate who has given up their faith openly converting within an institution. It is only these corrupt institutions which we have within our community which are doing this. And when somebody protests, we have again, we have too many self-proclaimed leaders within our community who are claiming to be, I don't know, the next prophet or whatever you like. And the idea of them preaching their nonsense, and there is a targeted attack each and every time on the Sikh community. And these little, they are behaving like paid dogs, barking at every given opportunity which comes around whenever there's an issue. So, the concept of the Khalsa Panth must be understood, that the Panth is the Guru, and the questioning of that, or questioning of the Rehit Maryada within our institutions, it cannot happen. And the idea of interfaith marriages taking place within the Gurdwara, if you don't believe in the Panth, Sikhism doesn't promise heaven, Jannah, virgins, or X, Y, and Z. So Guru Nanak is not about heaven or promising you glory or whatever. Guru Nanak is about selling the idea of the Panth, a new way of running the human civilization. If you reject that, you think the Panth is not good enough, and you become an apostate and want to convert within the Gurdwara is not a place for you. That's why this idea of these people, I have never understood why somebody who wants to marry out of the faith and not even convert, what is their need to come to the Gurdwara? To have this ceremony which has no meaning. Because if you do not believe in the Panth Guru, what is your need of being there? An empty public gesture. An empty public gesture just to satisfy, I don't know who they're satisfying. So therefore, we must carry on with this Panthik Rehit Maryada and implementation of the Panthik Rehit Maryada in all our institutions. And these so-called leaders, these left, especially these left labor type, union type leaders within the Panth, we need to get rid of them sooner rather than later. Because they are like a disease, like a virus, trying to question. Now these people are questioning the Panth within our religious institutions, within the Panth, because Gurdwara is a house of the Panth. This must be understood. The commitment of the Gurdwara or this institution is to serve the Panthic theocracy. The idea of the Panth itself. Those who challenge the Panth have no place within this institution. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, te Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.